What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. The 29th of May, heading into the end of the month here. We are going to take a look this morning at Aerodrome Finance / the United States dollar. Price data will be from Coinbase. This will be a daily chart. Technical analysis, sharing my thoughts here on what's going on with this market. We'll take a look over at Bitcoin, share some things I see here this morning, and then we'll wrap this video up, guys. Probably be a pretty quick one. Welcome to the channel, guys. Appreciate all the support. So we have Aerodrome Finance sitting at $1.20568 this morning, this Wednesday morning at the end of May. Things are quiet. Things have been quiet the past 2 days, ever since the markets found their resistance once again, right up there, very, very close to my $1.28 level. We hit a high of 127. So in my books, that is close enough to a perfect resistance play there. Once again at the 128, we hit the 128 resistance back in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of May. That was the top of that move from support down here at the 85.20 level. Played up to the resistance, pulled back, almost hit 85 again, printed a higher low at 87, and then it's nice and stair-stepped in a steady fashion up once again to 128. So 128 is our current level of resistance. We want to break out above that. That's what we're looking for the next swing higher. And we also, most importantly, want to get a close. We want to get a daily close above 128. And that'll just indicate to us that these markets are more likely now to be going higher than they are lower. The odds just favor that once we get a close above the 128. And then above that would be 136.76 next potential resistance, not too much further up from the 128 level. Above that, 153. I don't have it on the chart. 153 and 156.80 are also both important levels up here as these markets, if these markets can get above 128 and hold, get a close, a daily close. Things are quiet right now. We could be in play here. We'll look at Bitcoin, like I said at the end of the video, that this move up here, let's see here. So this rising channel here could be in a play to the downside. Once again, this will make more sense when we look at Bitcoin, that we start to get a move lower here. It really depends on what takes place in the rest of the market, the Bitcoin market. What does Bitcoin do from here? If this rising channel here starts to break to the downside, we have two levels that might be in play. Those are, we talked about them in the last video, I believe, 106.42. That's $1.0642 right here. This could be in play, guys, if we start to break lower here. And then 98.224, 98.224 could also be in play. Unfortunately, the 106.42 level, if we start to head that way, that would actually give us a new daily lower low. So we would be taking out the lows from the 23rd. One of these is I believe the 23rd is the actual low. So that is higher than the 106, fortunately. So that would not be that great. We would start to favor a downtrend again, because we'd be going from making higher lows and higher highs and higher lows and higher highs to lower lows, and then we would probably get a retrace to a lower high, lower low, etc. So that would not be ideal. But I want you to know it's possible that if this rising channel here starts to, tick its way down, especially if Bitcoin starts to roll over, which we'll talk about that, then these two levels, the 106.42, the 98.224, could be in play, unfortunately. But we'll see what the Big Daddy Bitcoin does. So that will cover I think that'll keep us covered to the downside. Let me highlight those so you have them Quick visual, 106.98 and or 106.42 and 98.224. Those are just those levels in that box right there. So you get a quick visual here on the chart of that, and then to the upside, we covered this from 128 to 136, 153, which is not on the chart, but it's just below the 156.80 level right here. So I think that'll keep everybody covered, at least for today and probably the next couple days, unless Bitcoin starts to really move, and then we can guarantee we'll see an Aerodrome move start to take place. But right now, things are quiet. We just hit resistance. Keep that in mind. And a lot of these times when markets hit these levels, they have a reaction in the opposite direction. And that's what we're seeing right now on this chart. We hit or I should say we got very close to 128. We hit 127.749, and we're getting a reaction to the downside. Depending on how much further it goes, we might see ourselves down there at 106.42 for starters. If this market starts to turn, if Bitcoin starts to rally, then we might find ourselves back again up there at 128, breaking out. And, ideally that's what we want to see because we're bullish on this market. So that's pretty much going to wrap it up here, guys, for this Aerodrome Finance video. I think that'll keep everybody out of trouble, both to the upside of what's the potential is here, and then what the potential for the downside if this market starts to get hit, if Bitcoin starts to get hit, where the price is most likely going to go and find support, 106.42, 98.224. All right, guys, over to the BTC USD chart. Bitcoin found resistance at the 71,335 level perfectly. Look at that right there. We traded lower. We're trying to find support at the 68,748, but it looks like that's getting flipped into resistance, especially as today's candle wick backs away from that, gets pushed lower. So we could be in a play to the downside here, down to like 64,375, 64,123, maybe 63,788 down in here. We'll see if this move starts to play down to here. There's a lot of potential support at this level, and that could be in play. We have a lower high printed on the 27th. And, we'll see if we start to break lower here and put in a lower low. It's a little tricky to find where would be undercutting the lows and putting in a new lower low, since this is basically a ugly rising channel here. It's tough to put in a, what low would you pick here to undercut? But just giving this a quick look here, that if we started to break like this down, there's some solid support down here between 64,375 and 63,788. We'll see if that starts to play out. If for some reason markets turn around to the upside, getting back above 68,748 and a close above that, that would be a much better scenario here for the bulls. And that would tell us that the odds start to favor a rally now, back up to the 71,335, rather than a market going lower back down to 64,375. So we're right here in the middle. Let's see how this plays out. Let's see if 68,748 can actually get flipped back into a support area and not a resistance area, which it's doing so far today on the daily chart. Bitcoin trading at 67,769. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on Aerodrome. Things are quiet. Keep in mind, we did just hit a resistance level. Aerodrome Finance did just make a very large move in just a couple days. So from the lows up to the resistance, that was a 46 or so % move, guys. That's not bad in just a couple of days. You guys have a great Wednesday. Thanks for watching. If you are not yet a subscriber of the channel, go ahead and join us here. All links are down below. Feel free to share all your thoughts down in the comments. You guys have a great day.